Good morning. So today I thought I would talk about how spiritual warfare with twin flames is so real, but how it's also not real. You're always in union with your twin. You're always in union in the 5D with the real one, with your real true twin flame, right? And I have found that when you bring your energy back to yourself, that's when things really start shaking and rattling. And there's a lot of movement that happens when you give back to yourself. And during twin flame union, one of the things I have found recently is how I'm feeling all of the emotions of like past lives and everything that we've had together, where I wasn't safe and I wasn't protected from even him. This is something that a lot of twin flame divine feminines especially have to go through. They have to see clearly the truth that unfortunately they were not protected for the longest time from their real divine counterpart. Today, it's so obvious to me that spiritual manipulation is a thing, and discernment is about to happen for a lot of us. But one thing that you have to ask for is clarity and discernment. And there's just not enough people asking for stuff like that. Not a lot of people ask for divine clarity during mental, spiritual warfare, psychological warfare. And this is why I'm pretty sure a lot of twin flames don't like stay in union, because they don't want to actually get down to the root of the issue, which is the lack of clarity and jumping to conclusions about things. So the discernment that all twin flames need, it's because being in the world, not of it, is extremely tough. And having the psychic abilities that I have, and my twin as well, he's very psychic, the most psychic man I've ever met. Having that aggression within the union, that it's prevalent, it's actually exposing itself. It's this feeling of, where were you when I needed you? And why couldn't I have been happy with you all these times, all these lifetimes? And a lot of the divine feminine anger and like frustrations and stuff, I think it's coming to the surface to be dealt with once and for all. But man, is it being triggered. And it's being triggered right now mainly by a lack of regard for freedom with divine masculines. They have up to this point been in their entire life like trained, protected, shielded with distorted masculines, that they've been learning these things from men that really did not have love in their heart at all. So these men, the real divine masculines, are now rising into power, and they're like, I don't want to be like my dad, I don't want to be like my grandpa, I don't want to be like my uncle, I don't want to be like my pastor. And this is where you're seeing that real divide between tyranny and freedom. And so today, there was a huge blow up that my man and I had about, it's just the dumbest thing. Well, it's not dumb to him, it's not dumb to me. It was enough for an ultimatum. It was enough for him to say that we'll break up over this thing. And it's a healing modality that I use. And it was this feeling of, that's okay, I'm willing to lose this partnership over my freedom. I'll always be willing to lose a man over my freedom. Always, 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 always. And this is that really deep intrinsic belief that the divine feminine holds, and she holds at such a core level that it, I think, really scares a lot of men into this feeling of, okay, well, if you're not going to do what I want, then I'm going to make you pay for it. And so to see the distortion of masculine energy on the planet, you're seeing the patriarchy fall right now. Like, you're literally seeing it in live time. You're seeing people challenge the patriarchy, and you're seeing the patriarchy fight back. And it's okay. A new earth already exists. A new age is already coming. A new world is already on the horizon. It doesn't matter that there's this war. It doesn't matter that the patriarchy wants to fight back. David versus Goliath is already happening. So I'm seeing this currently in my relationship with my twin flame. It's like there's this divine masculine side of him that very much honors and respects boundaries and freedom, right? And the autonomy of a woman, and the fierceness of a bold woman who says, I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. And if it's not hurting anybody, then let me do it, right? And the fact that there's so much opposition in especially in my union right now, coming from masculines in his life that hate my guts, that don't want him with me at all. It's so obvious that there have been patriarchal family members in a lot of these unions, that these are like coven leaders, these are pastors, these are bosses, these are people who own conglomerates, these are big, big men that used to have power and privilege, and they don't any longer. Because all of a sudden, twin flames are fighting for love, even to the point of ridicule, to the point of, well, homelessness. You know, I've been homeless for over a year and a half. And I was cool with that. Like, I wasn't going back to my ex-husband. I wasn't going back to my ex-boyfriends, like, or a job that paid me pennies. Like, I'm fuck the patriarchy. I don't want to do that. And so while I've been in and out of shelters, living in my car, and also living in Airbnbs, just places I could afford, I've noticed in this year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half, that there really is this structure that is crumbling on the planet. And a lot of these men don't get to have any say in the fact that their ground is baseless. Like, they don't get to stand on this ground anymore because it's not fertile ground. It was built on quicksand. A lot of our world was built on quicksand, and it was not built on love. And so the structure itself is ending, it's collapsing. And so to see now the fear coming from a whole bunch of masculines, especially because I live with 3 men, and just to see the fear in people's eyes lately as they don't know what's happening in the world. It's like, what you don't understand is you can no longer benefit from fear mentality. You can no longer benefit from controlling someone else and their autonomy. They have free will to be themselves. And that is what really the patriarchy was never expecting, is a lot of divine feminines that want to raise up and protect themselves no matter what. And so now the only one that protects me is God. And if that's my twin, great. If that's not my twin flame, great. It doesn't matter. It's God. And if God wants to protect me, then he will. So I really wanted to talk about the fact that for a year and a half, my testimony is that I've been targeted in some ways because of public housing. I've lived in shelters with random strange men, and that is not really changing. That's still here now. It's currently my experience. But I've seen it so crazy. I've seen men trying to break into my room, break my keypad just to enter my room before. And I have witnessed God channel through me in a way that put fear in that man when he was literally tinkering with my door lock. I opened the door so quickly that it stunned him. He didn't know, because it was at nighttime. It was pitch black. Nobody was awake. He didn't know that I would be opening the door, and I did. I opened it, and with the loudest voice, I basically said, "Don't ever fucking touch my door again. I think you got the wrong fucking door." And anyway, it was so loud that he fumbled. He was like, oh my God, yeah, you're right. And he started giggling in this nervous giggle. And I was like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Have a good night. Slam the door right in his face. And it was like the most nonchalant moment of me protecting myself during public housing. It was like living with, that was when I had a door lock. I don't even have a door lock now in my house. On my room now, I don't have a lock. There's no lock here. People could just walk into my room anytime they want. Well, they can't, but they could try. They'll learn they can't. But anyway, the whole point is the only one that protects you now is yourself. And you have to understand that during a spiritual war, you can't rely on cops. You can't rely on the judicial system. You can't rely on some of these 3D systems that were put in place. They were put in place by a corrupt consciousness, a corrupted consciousness. I would say when we were all under the veil of consciousness, we built this construct, we built this world, a fallen world that is now collapsing, and you see it. There's nothing that can stand because it was built on quicksand. It was literally built on magic. It was built on spells. It was built on the backs of spiritual slaves. It was built on people that gave their energy when they were being targeted and tormented and forced to do things they didn't want to do. And we were all under the veil of consciousness. So we didn't know that we were doing it, you know? And so to see now that the world is going through what I've been going through for a really long time, like a lot of people are homeless right now. A lot of people are wondering, like, how am I going to live with so-and-so? I feel like my stuff will get stolen. I feel like my documents aren't safe. I feel like this is. It's like, honey, you need to go to God. Like, you need to realize you are God. You need to realize that no one can touch you because you will, like, wreak havoc on them. Like, you have to know that defense in a spiritual war is gifted by God. You are allowed to have self-defense. So anyway, one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit is a sound mind. And what I've been noticing right now is how many people do not have a sound mind. And they are just doing the dumbest shit. Honestly, they're getting so caught up. I'm noticing, like, a couple of my exes, one is in jail, or was in jail. I don't know if he's there now. I don't know. I deleted him on my phone. Another ex, not doing well financially at all. He was already hanging by a thread. Now he's got a coven that is about to just absolutely get shitified. I'm noticing all this karma because they have been contributing in their reality with nothing, with not their own energy. They've been harvesting from other people, bullying other people, traumatizing other people, especially those that live in the light, especially those that are happy, vivacious, they have their own energy for themselves. A lot of these people will target the strongest ones that have the ability to speak their truth, shine brightly, despite trolls, despite anything happening to them. And what they will do is they will make you feel so insignificant and so drained that you can't actually manifest for yourself, so that they get to have your manifestations for you. Now, I've noticed this is a destiny swap kind of thing, but that's not how it's going to work anymore, because I've been noticing such a shift, such a change in karma. If you've been noticing, there's so much karma going on the planet. Like, if you're really looking with your eyeballs, you're seeing a lot of good people get redeemed right now. A lot of good people that are having their name cleared. They're having money restored back to them. They're getting properties that were taken from them. They're getting, like, just inheritances handed to them. It is so crazy to me how God is really working miracles for so many people right now. It really is so shocking to witness it all. And I know that my twin flame and I right now, like, there's this huge distance between us because I have a way of doing things, and I've been doing things as a single woman for a minute. And it's just, I think, really alarming to see a woman who doesn't really care that she's given an ultimatum. Like today, he literally gave me an ultimatum and was like, if you do this one thing, I won't talk to you anymore, or I won't ever talk to you again, or something like that. And I said, well, of course that's going to be so sad. I mean, of course my heart will break and I'll cry, and it'll be like a sad breakup, you know, of course, but I don't care. And he just, the way he got so angry, I was like, this is a telltale sign. I was like, your anger right here should really be indicative of the fact that you're leading from ego. Ego is a moot point. Ego is about to dissolve on the planet. The ego is not going to run anymore. We're on a new program. We're in a new age. So the patriarchy itself, and this is what really highlighted for me that my divine masculine was so I can't say brainwash. I can't say brainwash. Really, I can't, because I don't think he was brainwashed. I think that he actually escaped a lot of things just like I did. I don't think he was actually brainwashed at all. I think that he tried to hear what men had to say in his family and his church and his religion and all this, family members, but it doesn't mean that they succeeded. But there were these distorted masculine energies that really tried to impart wisdom onto him during childhood, grooming him into a cult coven kind of mindset. And that's the same with me. I was raised in a cult, so I understand all too well what this looks like. And so right now the patriarchy is dismantling, and with it, all of the divine masculines are getting shaken up. And they're seeing now, like, why do I abide by this rule, this rule, this rule, all these rules and regulations? Why am I okay with letting that be the norm in my life when I actually might stand for something else or whatever? Especially sovereignty, especially freedom. That's what divine masculines fight for. But the divine feminine, I think, is realizing right now, I don't know what planetary alignments there are. I don't know what's going on really. But man, if you're not sensing this feeling of crucial, imperative freedom, and the way to withhold love seen as a weapon is, it's not really a weapon anymore. It's like withholding love from a partnership or from a person, not to punish them, but to reward yourself. And noticing that that sovereignty and that freedom is so worth dying for, that even giving up your own twin flame union for it. If twin flame union leads to a point where you don't have freedom, then it's really not much of a loss. You see what I'm saying? So while that's been happening for me, anyway, I've been going through my twin flame journey, and I've been vlogging about it for years now. The point I'm seeing right now is that a lot of divine masculines, I think, are being really shaken up, because if you don't work for the patriarchy, who do you work for? If you don't work for the systems that be, what do you work for, you know? And that's, I think, another thing is, like, we're jumping ship. A lot of us are going out of the frying pan, and we're hoping we're not going right into the fire. It's like, yes, there's a new age. A new world order is already being established, as you can see. All you have to do is turn on CNN, you know? And all you have to do is be psychic enough to feel that shit at 3 a.m, you know? But to jump out of the frying pan and supposedly into the fire is the biggest fear that a lot of us have. And what you really have to understand is a freedom that we've never had as a society comes from the sovereignty within. It comes from the true divine inheritance of your birthright. It comes from God. It's unalienable. Is that the word? What did our founding fathers use? The unalienable right of self-sovereignty or something like that. It's basically 1776 all over again. You're seeing people reestablish ground rules. Communities are coming together. People are doing more like community gardens and podcasts and like these retreats. And you're just seeing like a whole new community come together for a new age. And it's something that a lot of scared men are, well, they're terrified of, because once you can establish love in those communities, once people start to see a different kind of community, there's no threat of jumping out of the fire, or out of the frying pan into the fire. There's going to be a new template, a new blueprint for these people. And to realize that God is putting these communities together so that they can show a different kind of truth. Same with twin flames, putting twin flames in union so that they can show a different kind of truth that has never been presented. It has to be shown to the public, not just like talked about. It has to be seen. It's the same with peace. It's like, how the only thing that can cast out darkness is light. You know, the only thing that can cast out evil is goodness, you know, and peace. And to have that level of peace despite the whole world feeling like it's on fire, you know? It's not on fire. You're realizing that there is a firefighter out there at putting out the flames and giving you a brand new reality for yourself, and that's yourself. And I think that when divine masculines have to realize that there's a structure that they used to fall into, and a lot of them used to be able to protect men at the top. They would protect evil leaders, just men that, like, unfortunately used them for protection. And divine femininity, in the same way, we would be used as healers, healing a lot of these tyrants, these dictators. We would, in these communities as well, these coven leaders, especially cults. If you've been in a cult like I have, you as a psychic probably understand all too well what it's like to have your gifts of protection and healing used against you, and to be protecting a group that, while you loved the group, you definitely did not like the king of that group, the leader of that group, right? And so there's that feeling like you need to still protect them, but all the while not liking the leader that you're actually helping win all these battles and getting all these spiritual protections. There's zero karma for any of those coven leaders when women like myself are out here healing them and protecting them and keeping them safe from that karma. So now all of a sudden you've got the divine feminine withdrawing the healing and the divine masculine withdrawing the protection over these groups. And all you're going to see is the complete chaos, the complete mess, the destruction of the patriarchy, the complete fall of the world. And that's exactly what you're noticing. And it's a beautiful thing because it was built on a faulty foundation. It was built on slavery. It was built on a spiritual slavery and energetic thievery. And so what you're seeing is a complete destruction, complete paralyzation of the patriarchy, the patriarchal society. And it's so indicative of the times that we're in. But what you have to really realize is that the intuition of the feminine and the protection of the masculine together, it is such a beautiful thing that it is enviable. A lot of people envy that. A lot of people send jealousy and spell work. But once those two truly understand their part in the macrocosm and the microcosm, and realizing that they are the reason that both the reunion happened and it fails. Once they realize that they truly are God of their reality and that they are Neo in the Matrix building that, the twin flame dynamic itself is the replacement for the patriarchy. And that's what you see. That's what you're seeing right now too. But not enough experience is really the hang up here. For me, at least with my twin flame union, not enough experience of actual like success and wins and seeing the union always come back into equilibrium, always come back into harmony. That's something that I've been witnessing. Like, we've been together doing this work for about 2.5 months-ish, but it's built on a solid foundation. And when you know that your union is built on a solid foundation, it doesn't matter about little things. You know, if the bones are good, it doesn't matter about a broken window or a door jam. It's like, if the foundation is solid, and that's what all twin flames are. They are built on solid ground. That union and the template that it has in showing people exactly what the new earth represents. New earth represents love, divinity, union, harmony, people fighting for one another, camaraderie, fellowship. That's what it is supposed to be. Your twin flame union is literally supposed to show people that world. But one thing that often gets like, not revoked, because it doesn't really get revoked. It just, like, sometimes it can feel like there's a pause on your divine counterparts' protection or their energy. And sometimes they even say that, like my man is so good with his energy, he can pull it back in 2.2 seconds flat. Like he'll even say it. He'll like, nope, you're done. You're cut off. Have a good day. And then that's it. Thankfully, I understand my own protection. Thankfully, I don't need his energy. I need my own. Thankfully, I'm independent and I've thrived on my own all this entire time. I will be okay. But for a lot of women, that's not how it is. For a lot of women, they don't know yet how strong they are spiritually. And so when men do stuff like that, it can be seen as manipulation. It can be seen as a way to, like, hurt you instead of help you grow. Because truly, at the core, no divine masculine owes you anything. Truly. Even your own divine counterpart doesn't owe you a relationship. They don't owe you love. The world doesn't owe you shit. And so it, when pulled back, energy or protection or the prayers that they give you or the constant reassurance all day, because like me and my twin are together 24 hours a day. Like we are just best friends. But when he pulls away, sometimes there's this feeling of like, okay, here comes the fear that like I'm not going to be okay, the fear that like what if I miss him, what if I cry, or what if but it's not. When you're really truly in alignment with God and you're really truly in alignment with your soul, there is no fear any longer of having that energy revoked, because it's your own energy that you were giving in the first place in your matrix, in your simulation. You were handing your power over away to the reflection itself anyway, because the true twin flame is yourself. So giving it back to yourself is literally feeding your real divine counterpart energy, fuel, love, compassion, getting back to that centered grounding space, especially as a woman who's been abandoned and rejected her entire life, going back into that and saying, if there is a wound and I need to look at this abandonment wound, this is the perfect time. I'm going to call back my energy and I'm going to console myself. I'm going to cry, have some Ben and Jerry's, listen to some songs, listen to some sad music, journal. I'll go to therapy if I want to, whatever it is. But pulling that energy back, giving it to yourself, and realizing that no man or woman, I don't care if it's twin flame or Santa Claus, will ever again have that power over you to cause you to fear the loss or lack of love in your life. You are so abundant in your own energy, in your own love, and in your own connection to God's source universe. So to have this awareness at this level now, it is by far the best feeling in the entire world. That while it used to scare me to not have someone's attention, someone calling me, a man breaking up with me, it used to, but until now, because I've been a year and a half living on the streets, like you get to a point where you see God so often that there's nothing left but God. So even if I'm rejected, I still have God. I will still always see God. I'll see a bird, I'll hug a tree, I'll drink some clean drinking water. There will always be something that God will put in my life to reward me for choosing myself, always. And this is why I try to encourage women so desperately on this journey. Honey, take him off the pedestal. Put yourself there instead. You are God of your reality. He's lucky to even know your name. Okay? He's lucky to even breathe your oxygen. He's lucky that you chose him of all people on the planet. This is how it really is. You have to know your intrinsic worth. You guys, you can't make it in this world anymore without knowing self-concept. Your self-concept has to be so on point, okay? It has to be not self-esteem, not self-confidence, self-concept. Who you are in relation to the thing you're trying to manifest, or who you are in relation to the world in general. Who are you? Who are you being? Because we attract not what we want, but what we are conscious of being, what we are aware of being. You don't actually manifest what you want, guys. You manifest what you are. And so that's why it's so imperative that you understand unconditional love for self, because if you're being unconditional love, no matter what happens, even if you're rejected by what you think is the best man in the entire world for you, God will replace him in 3 seconds flat, my love. And you have to know this, and it has to be that kind of like self-assured that nothing can shake you. The same with spiritual protection. When you live in a place like this, I live in public housing right now, and there's just like random strange men all the time. Like there's this new dude like living 10 feet from me, like sleeping 10 feet from me. It's like, and we have very thin walls too, so it's like kind of creepy sometimes. But it doesn't. That's not phasing me. It doesn't change the fact that I know I'm spiritually protected, and that anybody who tries it with me, and I've seen this, I've witnessed this recently. Let's just say people don't put their hands on me. As above, so below. Shit has happened to people in the astral plane, and I'm just telling you right now, their physical bodies are very much going to be not making it soon. So people just don't lay their hands on me. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. They don't touch me. People don't touch me without consequences. And when you know that at a deep level, though, and it's not like it wasn't taught to you in a textbook, it wasn't told to you by a pastor, it's because you've seen it and witnessed it time after time after time, it becomes a belief. And when you can finally make an assumption, a belief, and it's hardcore wired into your brain, it doesn't matter where the fuck you live. It doesn't matter how many people you have housing with you. It doesn't fucking matter if you're in a homeless shelter. Not one person, not one enemy will come up against you and live to tell the tale. That's just how it is. And so when you realize that you are your own divine masculine, it no longer matters to be broken up with. Like, great, you go do you, boo, over there, and I'll do me over here. But a lot of my clients, they haven't learned yet that faith, that trust fall into themselves. There really is no God outside of you that you need to believe in. It's you that you need to believe in. It's you when you, like I said, that guy that was trying to break into my former Airbnb I was staying at. He was trying to tamper with my shit and my door lock on my door. And I got so loud and bold. And it was just, it was the craziest thing ever, because I was just like, I was shocked as shit when I closed that door, slammed it in his face. I was shocked as shit. I couldn't believe the way I spoke to him. I couldn't believe how I was just like, yeah, no biggie. Have a good one. Don't ever fucking touch my shit again. The way that I just was my own divine masculine. I don't have a gun. I don't need a gun. I don't have a weapon. So I don't need that. I don't have a lock on my door. And the passcode here is a universal passcode. So anybody who ever has this code here at this house always gets in. So there's really zero protection. There's zero security at the place I'm living at right now, which is honestly a real crime here for the lady that owns this house. But I digress. The point is, the only security I need is God. You know what I mean? I don't need an Airbnb host and to trust her security cameras. I don't need to trust the government, and I don't need to trust the Gestapo, the modern day Gestapo of our fallen patriarchal world. I don't need to trust any man outside of myself, any woman outside of myself, or any judicial system outside of myself. The real win is to know that you are God and that no one can come against you. That's it. That is the real win. But you have to know that from within. That's not going to be taught to you. That's going to have to be a lesson that you learn consistently day in, day out for years. That's why one of my most basic advice for my manifestation clients is get a piece of paper, or just use your phone. Write down things that you benefit from in your life and spiritually protect those things. Like, speak life over it. Do something like close your eyes and do like a mini ritual and say, thank you so much for this. I love that it always keeps me safe. Find the things that benefit you in your world that you love, and then say a blessing over it. And tell me that thing doesn't increase in size or power, or like your bank account. That will increase, you know? And another thing too, you might want to on your phone also write down a list of manifestations that you manifested, even if it's accidental, even if they're small, and keep a track record of how many things in a week you've been manifesting. And this will really strengthen that muscle in faith in yourself when it comes to manifesting. But yeah, that's just it. Realizing that the thing you're trying to find at rock bottom is God. Once you have found that you are God at rock bottom, it's not game over. It's that you finally learned the rules to this game. Now you can go play it. You see what I'm saying? You learned the rules. You had to learn those first. Otherwise, you'll be out here like a banshee idiot every 2 seconds doing something, getting some nasty ass karma left, right, and center. You need to learn the laws of the universe. You have to understand there are rules, spiritual laws. You have to understand that. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing really stupid shit and getting caught up for it. And my ex is one of those people who got really caught up for it. He broke up with my ass and was in prison like a couple weeks later or some shit. Oh, he was in jail. I don't know if it's prison, but I don't really care. He messaged me after breaking up with me on my birthday. He was like, yo, how's it going? I was in jail for 30 days. And I'm like, yeah, wow, looks like it's going better than your life. So anyway, I didn't even respond back. He sent me a picture. And this is another thing too. If people send you pictures or even the word hey, and they send you a text message, especially during Mercury retrograde when all your exes from Texas want to come back, baby, and you know they do, that shit can be so drenched in spell work. If they stare at that word hey long enough and then they send it to you, it has intention written all over it. Of course it does. Everything we do has intention. Magic is intention. Spell work is intention. That's all it is. Spell work, it's just spells. It's just verbal or thoughts put onto something in order to influence another or influence your self or your direct environment. So if somebody sends you a message and just says, hey, that hey is filled with intention. And if you're psychic enough that you can read energy like me, and I've been doing this on live streams for several years, always reading random strangers' intentions towards me in the form of written word. So of course it's going to be easy the second I see someone come at me with hey, and I can tell that that's to get back in my good graces or that's to hook up again. It's when you realize what the energy vampirism is, you can quickly switch from seeing it to saying that no longer has any power over me. And in the form of a picture, he sent, it was just like a normal picture. It wasn't like a gross picture or anything, but it was just a picture of his face. And anyway, he sent me a picture of him, and normally I would get so caught up and I'd be like, oh my God, but I need to go back to him and like, oh, but look how cute he is. Look how good he's looking and all this. And like, normally that would be me. But this time I got the picture, I looked at it and there was just you should have seen my face. Nothing. Like my eyes glazed over. I was so indifferent. And that's when you really know it's working. That's when you really understand that you've mastered self. You no longer need to give power to your 3D circumstances again, even a text message, even a phone call, even a breakup, like even just me and my boyfriend right now going through it. That is irrelevant too. We're already together in the 5D. He and I are already together. We've already worked on this problem and we're already married. Okay. Right. And if it's not him, it'll be my real divine masculine. Then the point is you got to get to that point of self-mastery where you understand that the 3D world is simply an illusion and that you're the one that gave it power all this time and you're allowed to give it back to yourself. In fact, I would highly suggest that going forward, that you give all this power back to yourself, because if, say, for instance, you receive like something in the mail that you don't like, and like you just got a new job, but then you get a bill in the mail. It's like, you're gonna have to believe that you're God, because if you give power away over to something external of you, that thing, it's only guaranteed 50-50. Like 50% of the time will you even have your God, a guy in the sky, able to clear a bill for you. Like you can pray as hard as you want and wish and wish and wish, but the energy of prayer in a wishful state is setting intentions. You're intending that something else finds favor in you and chooses to bless you in some way. And that is giving your power away. And I realized it's a 3D physical world. You can give your power away to that too. Most of us do. When you're in the Matrix, you're in the world, and it's like Neo. He's in the world and he doesn't fucking know how to wake up from the Matrix yet. But it's inevitable. I'm noticing it's so inevitable. Everybody's waking up. Everybody's waking up. You're seeing it. People, especially, this is what I've been noticing. A lot of these men that are like hitmen and criminals and like nasty men. Oh gosh. They're starting to ask themselves, why do they work for the men that they work for? Why do they work for the groups and the communities that they work for, like FBI, CIA? My Airbnb host works for the FBI. And I think that what you're going to start seeing is real people asking, why do you work for this company? Or like, why do I do such and such to jeopardize my soul when these people pay fucking pennies? Shit, they don't pay you enough, girl. They don't pay you enough. Oh, red cardinal. I'll tell you who pays enough. Spirit. God pays. God pays my bills, baby. Mm. A red little cardinal bird. That's so cute. That's so cute. My grandma comes to me, my ancestor, as a red cardinal. So cute. Yesterday, I was sitting outside on the bench, and all of a sudden, like, this bird, I swear to God, guys, it got 3 feet from me, and that thing was about to hit me in the face. It was coming at me a million miles a minute, and all of a sudden, it just boop, veers off, and it was the cutest thing ever. But yeah, the patriarchy doesn't pay nearly enough. God pays better. God pays and has dental. So but yeah, there's so much about to happen for the world, and only the strong will survive it. And the strong are the peaceful ones, the ones that come in peace, the ones that have that peace that it really defies understanding. The peace that comes from Christ alone, which is not a guy that died 2,000 years ago, but yourself. You are Christ. So to see that you are God, and that there is no other God outside of yourself, that you are the Most High God, and that's it. This is the true man. This is the true, not like gnosis, Gnosticism. The early Christians, this is what they believed. They really truly believed that they were source and that they could manipulate their reality using their mind. And that's exactly what it is. So what's that? Oh, there's this like bunch of leaves, a little group of leaves on this tree, and I can't see far enough out, and I thought it was like a little squirrel or something. It was so cute, but it's just leaves. I thought it was just this like little perching squirrel just staring at it. I love it. So cute. Thank you for existing. But yeah, it's kind of fun to see and witness the collapse of an old paradigm, because you're just so vindicated and you're like, yeah, no, I knew this shit was false. I knew this world was a joke. And I'm really glad that the pain and suffering is ending, because God's people are jumping from that old reality into a new earth. But it is sometimes sad too to know that still people are still stuck in that old earth and that old timeline, and they don't know how to get out of it because they don't live in peace. And that's okay. That's their choice. They are allowed to choose surrender at any time. They're allowed to know their sovereignty at any time. All they have to do is raise their hand and be like, yeah, this stuff sucks. I don't want this anymore. Like, hey, remember me? Hi, universe. Yeah, I give a fuck. So can you help me escape the old world, please? It's kind of horrible here. And people will be. It's kind of becoming so pressurized that it's creating diamonds, and people want to jump the fuck out of the old timeline and get into a new timeline. And this is what twin flames in union are really meant to do. You are meant to be that peace that literally defies understanding. And you're meant to have such a strong union that can survive anything, even ultimatums, even betrayals, backstabbing, like that kind of, even death. Like my twin flame and I, we've survived death. We've both had near-death experience. My twin was in a coma for 3 months. We have both survived literal near-death experiences. And so just to see and witness how the fucking patriarchy cannot handle the new frequencies that are entering the planet through twin flames in union, it's baffling to me. It is really just watching it. It's entertaining as shit. It really is. And when you can get to that point where it's entertaining and not scary, then you've really mastered it. But if you still live in fear and you don't live in love, then what comes next is going to be very, very scary for you. That's just a warning from a high priestess. You're not going to enjoy what happens next because you live in fear. And the Bible talks about the end days and how men's hearts will fail them because of things they're witnessing. And that's exactly true. But when you live in that state of peace, you live in that state of love, and you understand that all things have a purpose, including the decay and removal of the patriarchal systems. Once you see that collapse, you've already been in the new earth if you live in love. Like you've already been in love so long and in that frequency of holding that high frequency of love, that the only thing that can happen is the disruption and the collapse of a fallen world. And you'll only be witnessing it. You're not going to be in it, living it. You're going to be witnessing it. And there's this feeling of vindication. There's this feeling of almost like self-satisfaction in knowing that not only did you cause it, but you've already escaped. You've already been raptured out of it. You've already been aligned with God the entire time. You've already been taken out as the elect, as the chosen ones. You've already been taken out as God. So twin flames in union, they hold such a beautiful, divine, protected, sacred energy that, I mean, it's pure love. And to have that unconditional love just shared between you both in a way that is, well, it's unfuckwittable. People can't mess with it anymore. They're not allowed to, because if God is for you, who could ever be against you? And the reason a lot of these twin flames didn't think that union was possible, because they didn't understand that the universe actually was working for them and wanted them together. So now that they're learning, holy shit, an actual holy divine source wants this. Yeah, then it's game over. A lot of us, we've been abused so long, or we were in the matrix and looking at all this pain, all this struggle, that we started to actually believe that the universe was out to get us, right? That nothing good ever happens. Sure, we'll receive something. We'll receive something, but then we'll lose it again, right? So I think what's happening collectively is you're noticing a lot, especially the divine feminines, you're seeing a lot of us start to receive because we believe that God wants to actually give to us. Not just to take away, but like to keep giving and keep giving and keep giving. And so now when you see the divine masculine also understanding and sensing that femininity within you ready to receive, oh my God, it's a gorgeous thing, girl. It's so beautiful to see the divine masculine be like, okay, I'm going to keep giving. I'm going to give more. I'm going to give more. I'm going to give more. I'm going to destroy my ego, dissolve that shit because my ego says I shouldn't give, but my higher self says I should and I want to. And it's a gift for me. And so you will see these divine masculines deal with their ego, the only thing that kept the patriarchy alive, you see? So divine feminine, it really is the divine feminine Christ, in my opinion, that raises the whole collective up first, the divine feminine Christ within us. Once she can truly receive, and it's not gender specific, guys, it doesn't have to be like a woman, it's just general feminine energy. Once the divine mother energy on the planet can actually receive and just keep receiving, then it's game over. Then it's game over, because God, the source, was always a giver. It's like the sun. Just because you don't have eyes to see the sun doesn't mean the sun didn't keep giving its energy and rays and UV light. The same with God's source universe. It was always giving to us. We just weren't able to receive it yet as a collective, as a planet, as women or men. We weren't able to receive yet. And so now you're seeing the divine feminine raise up in her or his ability to receive genuinely from the truest source. And once that happens, that's game over, because that frequency was always there. The frequency of give, giving, that was always there. You know, ask Jeff Bezos, ask Oprah. The abundant plane, the abundant frequency was always there. The real issue is a lot of us did not tap into our divine femininity to let that in, to let it truly permeate our life. And so that's what you're seeing now is the divine feminine's able to receive, and the masculines having to be like, oh shit, wait, am I ready for this? Like, I gotta give a lot. Am I ready to believe in abundant thinking? Am I ready to know that I'm abundant all the time and that I can just give? Like, that is going to be a big challenge for a lot of these masculines, because so far they have been scrutinized, targeted, under a microscope, forever giving to the feminine. So this is going to be like a big deal, because a lot of the men that they've been working with in their life, I'm talking cult leaders, I'm talking church leaders, I'm talking like family members. A lot of the men that have been leading these divine masculines up to this point have threatened the masculine with, well, persecution, gossip, slander, making fun of them, all for wanting to give to their feminine. So all of a sudden, you're going to see this rise of divine masculines being like, I'm ready to do this, right? And you see it right now with the whole great divide of those who are freedom fighters fighting for freedom and those who want to silence and oppress us. And you're seeing it right now. And so the divine masculines are really forced to look at their ego. The only thing that wanted to please these men was their ego. It was never their higher self. Their higher self did not bow to man or woman or a politician or a freaking bank system or this and that. Their higher self is God. Their higher self does not bend the knee to anybody, right? And so you're seeing now this like distorted feminine energy that you used to be in getting course corrected. It used to be distortion and that you could not allow to receive. And now all of a sudden it's turning into divinity. It's turning on your divine essence, your divine feminine flow, which is bringing in all of this abundance that the masculine has to offer. Well, at least they thought they did. Until there's like this big blockage they reach in that, oh my God, I've been actually working for the patriarchal systems. And do I have enough to offer you? And this could lead to a lot of self-confidence issues with men. This can lead to a lot of feeling like unworthiness, like I don't have enough to offer. Look at my life. What do I have to offer? And so you're seeing the divine feminine receive finally. And it might just mean receiving from God right now, receiving from the universe, receiving from the matrix, receiving from random strangers. Maybe it's not your divine masculine you're receiving from right now, which is okay. It's okay. It's not to say that that's permanent. You guys are already together in the 5D. You're already together in union. So it isn't permanent. Let them go through this little hurdle. Let them go through this little like feeling of, I don't have enough to offer her. I don't have enough to offer him. And let that just like handle itself while you give back to yourself and let the universe bless you in other ways right now. Take these men off the pedestal, babe. You're a goddess. You're lucky that they're lucky that you even look in their direction. Like, they are so lucky they even get to know your name, okay? That's really how you should see it. You're a goddess, and that's it, period. End of story. End of story, that's it. Every single person on the planet, a goddess and a god. That's it. Not a lot of people act like it because not a lot of people are conscious that they are. Not a lot of people are conscious that they are God and that they are the source of all their pain and of all their healing. They're not conscious yet, and it's okay because the ones I talk to are conscious, and you're waking up to the fact that no one will ever get to have that power over you again to cause your sadness. I don't care if you have 8 billion people on the planet coming at you with pitchforks, honey. I don't care if you are losing your job, going to court, in a custody battle, everything all at one time. And same, it's like right here in this environment that I'm in, it feels like everyone from every angle is trying to target me and harm me in some way, but to realize that it doesn't matter, that doesn't get to take my joy. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of much anymore. And so to really stay in the energy and the frequency of love is how you really will get that twin flame union. And if it's not this man or this woman, then it's okay. You have to realize that the twin flame is you. You are your own twin flame. That's what most coaches don't try to teach. But I've been a twin flame coach professionally for several years. And I'm telling you right now, it is a you thing. It is not a them thing. So even if your divine masculine right now is like not understanding the connection, or they ghosted you, they don't call you, it's like they just went MIA, they don't believe in this connection, whatever it is, give the most powerful thing you can do is give your energy back to yourself, refocus on thyself. Okay, take that man off the pedestal. Put yourself up there, honey, because you're a queen. All right, you need to act like it. Make that man do the work. He shouldn't even be breathing the oxygen in your environment if he hasn't done the work, babe. You went to God to get to you. Now make that man go to God to get to you, period. And if he won't, trust me, there are 1,000 other ones behind him lined up like nothing. Divine masculinity in general is what you're looking for, not necessarily a man or a woman, but the divine masculine nature. Just trust that the universe will bring in something and someone better in no time at all, okay? Because that's what you're worthy of. That's what you're deserving of. So even if you break up with somebody and they ghost you or whatever, it's like, okay, bye. Thank you so much. Thank you for making this the easiest decision ever. If you're stupid enough to lose me, then I'm smart enough to move the fuck on. That's how you should see it, guys. And like when you do, that's when it's really truly game over, especially for the patriarchy, because the patriarchy itself is such an unbalanced, unhealthy distortion of power, especially masculine power, that has become so distorted that it has become, it wouldn't have been distorted if it were balanced with the divine feminine nature, but it wasn't. You even look in the Bible and all you see are these men and it's all masculine. And when do you ever see nature? When do you ever see the mother goddess? When do you ever see any of that femininity represented in that? Because it was a structure built, even including religion, it was a structure built on the distortion of ego. And you're seeing it collapse right now, and it's a fucking glorious thing to be witnessing. It really is truly the most beautiful thing. I love watching the old world just shit on itself. I don't mind it. I'm causing it. I love that I'm causing it. I love that a lot of healed divine masculines and feminines are causing it with me. There's a reason we're not liked so much, honey. And that's okay. We stay in the energy of peace and we stay in the energy of the new earth. We're already in the new earth. Nothing can touch us here. So if right now you're in a twin flame dynamic and you're suddenly sensing the divine masculines kind of pull away or suddenly question their own ability to provide for you, it's because all of a sudden you have turned on that divine feminine nature after being so toxically distorted karmic feminine. All of a sudden it's like, oh shit, now I need to give. Now I need to provide. Now I need to protect. And it could just be like a little bit of a, they're trying to turn over the engine, but it takes a little bit of time. Just a second, as the divine works through them and course corrects their behavior and their thought pattern about, of course I can provide for her. I'm her divine counterpart. Of course I can protect him. I'm his divine counterpart. Of course I can give. This is what I'm built to do. And so you just activated the divine feminine nature as a collective, as a whole, after having for centuries allowed distorted karmic feminine energy to run rampant. It had to in the patriarchal society. It had to. You had to protect yourself. You couldn't, as men and women, receive from the patriarchy. You really couldn't. It comes with abuse. It comes with tyranny. It comes with, sure, I'll give you this, but you have to do this for me. That's not love. And you knew it wasn't. You knew that old structure was not love. So of course you had to protect yourself in not receiving. It's obvious. You had to not receive. Okay? So we all lived in this distorted feminine energy of like, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. I don't need anybody. I don't need anything. I don't want this. I don't care. I don't care. And so now all of a sudden, God, the source of all good, is now offering so much to the collective. And you're just like, overnight, I want to receive. I can do this. I bet I could have this goal, this dream, this house, this car, this love, this pet. I could go to this college. You get all these ideas. You get all these like promises from God. And the Most High, God, is promising you a promised land. And so soon, as your divine feminine nature rises and your distorted feminine collapses, you're noticing that the divine masculine energy within you is being reflected in your partner. And all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, I don't know how to provide for you. I don't know how to take care of you. I don't know what you need. I don't know this. It's simply a little bit of a stutter. They don't know how to just turn the engine over, and it's going to happen. Don't worry. But yeah, it's like noticing the patriarchy is dying because the divine feminine Christ energy is rising up on the planet. And when you can finally receive from not the patriarchy, not the old systems. That's not what the fuck you're receiving from. You're receiving from the divine. You're receiving from spirit. You know, you're receiving from the other side, the ethers. You're receiving from the new matrix that you're rebuilding. It's the same matrix. It's just a new frequency. And so now that you're receiving all those things, all of a sudden your partner is going to be forced to look at the fact that they cannot provide something for you, whether it's shelter, love, warmth, phone calls, money, protection. It doesn't matter. The divine masculine also has to realize now that not only are they capable of giving, that is literally their job, and the divine universe will do nothing but give to them to give to you and this union. So noticing right now in my twin flame union how that fear that I used to be so scared of being rejected and blocked and like him punishing me in some way by like breaking up with me or ghosting me, never calling me, whatever. It's gone. It's so gone. And that is the craziest thing. That is the one thing I never thought in a million years, me as a woman, I would ever get to this point. Girl, you have seen me online for so many years. Like you Google twin flames, you Google breakups, you see my face everywhere on Google. I'm telling you right now, I've gone through so many public humiliating breakups. It's insane. So for me to be at this level now where I'm like, I don't care. Don't call me then. You can break up with me. No problem. I don't want to force you to like me. I don't want to force you to love me. No, thank you. It's okay. You can go. Like to be this confident in that same way that when that guy was trying to break into my room that one day and I just opened the door so nonchalantly and I was just like, don't ever fucking touch my shit again. I think you got the wrong goddamn door. I think you should go. I have never seen myself this bold, this confident, this self-reliant, and this is the divine feminine rising up and the distorted feminine crumbling. And you're going to see it too. You're going to see a lot of mean girls. You know the type. You know the type. Narcissistic women, especially on the planet. This is what you're going to see soon. You're going to see a lot of these mean girls getting publicly humiliated for how mean they truly are and what they're doing to the little guy. Like you're seeing it right now in the Blake Lively case. You're seeing that. You're seeing all these women getting like subpoenaed and all this shit for absolutely nothing. And you're witnessing it. You're watching the mean girl always fail. You're seeing the bullies that we never got to even win against when we were in 5th grade. You're seeing these bullies, these mean girls, these Regina Georges trying their best to flex, and they have no leg to stand on. There's nothing left for them to stand on. The patriarchy is done, and that's what used to fuel these mean girls. It used to benefit these mean girls to be mean while the patriarchy was still standing so strong. And now that it's crumbling, everybody is looking at each other like, why are you saying that though? But why do you feel this though? How come you said that? That's rude. Is that mean? Why'd you do that? You're seeing it right now. You're literally watching the judgment day of these mean girls. You're seeing it. So, not to throw shade on anybody, you're just seeing it on the news, especially it's in the mainstream now, even that whole Blake Lively thing. So you guys can go look at it. It's very much public. It's just you're seeing mean girls realize that they can't be mean anymore and get away with it. They will be judged publicly for being that cruel, for being that mean for no reason at all. And so that distorted feminine energy is about to be outed on the planet. You're going to see it. You're going to witness it. It's going to be a delicious, glorious thing to witness. While the little ones, the Davids versus Goliath, you're going to see those ones come up with huge wins. And it'll be public wins too, legal wins. You're going to see it. You're seeing constantly the people rally together for freedom, and those who promote tyranny are just not going to make it. They're just getting like swept off with an old world, and the old world's collapsing. So it's really a great time to be alive if you can stay out of fear. If you can stay out of that feeling of nothing works out for me. I'm up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Everybody's stronger than me. Like if you can stay out of that energy, you'll be okay. But you really have got to realize that you're God, guys, for this next phase. This next phase, it's imperative that you know thyself. You have to know that you are God. Okay? Ye are gods, just like Jesus said. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Hello. Hi, Crystal. How you doing? I think Paul said, if everything you have is God, then you have everything you need, period. Thank you. Jesus is king. Absolutely, 100%. Shalom. Hello. Okay, shalom. Hello. How old are you? I'm 36. But anyway, yeah. So this is what I wanted to talk about today was the twin flame union itself happening all across the planet. And you guys are just so high vibrational together between you that when it's a sustained force like that, it is true unconditional love, just ping-ponging back and forth between each other. honey, the system itself doesn't know how to handle that shit, okay? The matrix itself will start glitching the fuck out because it does not know how to handle it and cope. So just stay out of fear. That's all I can say to you. Just realize that you run this shit. Just realize that your 3D matrix, even though it might be looking like it's taking a crap right now, it is still you doing it. It is still your higher mind doing it. It is your higher consciousness doing it, okay? Focus on the new, focus on the things that make you happy, bring you joy. Stay focused on that and ignore everything else. And I'm telling you right now, this is how you shift timelines, guys. By the time you shifted timelines, by the time you've gotten into that place where it's like, look at this beautiful, gorgeous place I'm in. Like the sun, I got these beautiful trees. You can hear the birds. I got some tea, right? I love the beautiful comments I'm receiving. When you can get back into that energy and stay there, it doesn't matter who you lose in the process because somebody else will be coming in to replace them. You see what I mean? You are your twin. You are your twin flame. Anybody else that comes in is just an avatar. Sometimes it's temporary. Sometimes it's permanent. It depends on you, though. If you stand firm in knowing who you are and what you stand for, and that's freedom for twin flames. That's true sovereignty, right? Given to you by the Most High God, not because of a piece of paper in Washington, D.C., your sovereignty comes from the Most High God, comes from your soul. It comes from your soul. Autonomy, free will, that's a soul-given right. That doesn't come to you because of a constitution. That comes to you because of God. The Constitution simply reflects that, right? So to really stand in that power and know that no matter what, even if you get dumped, even if breakup after breakup after breakup, and you've seen it, you've witnessed me have to experience that. Like even still, I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I love my life. God always has me. I have everything always handed to me on a silver platter. I win, 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 win. All I ever do is win. It's the most amazing thing to witness. Even when I'm losing, I win. Even when I'm losing, I win. Even when the matrix shows me something I don't like, I'm still winning. It's only temporary and it will fix itself. It will adjust itself. Why? Because I go to God on behalf of those things. I go to my imagination on behalf of those things and I always win. So even when you get dumped or you have a man say like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm going to pull my energy back, or okay, that's perfect. I love that. In fact, I would die a million deaths to be able to ensure that the man I'm with understands sovereignty at a level where if you don't want to be with me, you pull your energy back, you cut it off, and you break up with my ass. I love that for you. I will just move on to somebody who wants me. I'm not about to force a man to love me. I'll just go love me. You know what I mean? I'll be the first to love me if you can't. And so when you get to that level, ladies and gentlemen, that's when the game really changes. That's when the matrix starts shifting. That's when these glitches start happening. That's when these unexpected miracles and blessings happen and you're like, what the fuck? It's because you're being rewarded for choosing you. You will have a new them in 2 seconds flat. You're a divine being. You're a goddess. You will have everything you need. Just trust that God always brings something better in, bigger and better all the time. All you have to do is choose yourself. And if that means choosing yourself even when someone threatens you, says something like, oh, I don't want to call you anymore, or I don't want to get married, or I don't want to be engaged to you anymore, or something like that. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter, guys. You are already together with your divine counterpart. The real truth of it all. It's not an avatar that you're in love with. It's an energy. It's a consciousness. It's a higher mind. Okay? It's not a person, a human being. It is the Christ consciousness, El Cristo. It is the higher mind that you're in love with. And that higher mind can channel through all people. That higher mind can be in every avatar you ever meet, baby. So it's not just like, oh, but I need to hold on to him so tight, Jenna. No, you don't. Neville Goddard was a manifestation coach in the 1920s and 30s, I think. And he was like, one time he had this woman who came to him in one of his coaching clients, and she said, oh, I want this guy so bad. I need him. Like, he's like the best thing ever, and I have to get him. And Neville said, no. You don't want him. You want a husband. You don't need that guy. You just want warmth, kindness, love, compassion, amazing sex. Like that's what you want. And she's like, no, it has to be him. It has to be him. And I think it was like a learning story for Neville, in that not everybody can be helped. Not everybody wants to hear the truth. A lot of people want to worship and idolize a man or a woman, and you're basically just idolizing an avatar. Just a flesh suit. Basically what you're doing is you are grasping hold of that person so tightly that you will not let the universe bring in somebody better for you. And even as a manifestation coach, like, I will seriously, if I feel intuitively like, you guys, sure, you can have that person back. Of course you can. You can have all things. You can have anything you want. But sometimes a lot of my manifestation clients don't realize that you guys might be blocked. You might actually be blocking yourself because you have so much resistance, because you've seen that person be a dickbag so many times, that you have actually, when you associate that name or that face or that body, all of a sudden it's like love has left the building. Love is just like, okay, never mind, fuck that guy. So sometimes the easiest thing to do, and honestly, it always gets bigger and better, honey. Always bigger and better. When you let go, the universe always rewards with bigger and better. Okay, trust me on this. Sometimes the best thing you can do is cut the cords and move on, girl. Sometimes. And I think that that's what you're finding with a lot of these divine feminines that are rising up, is they're leaving marriages of 50 years. They're leaving jobs. They're wanting to start their own business. They don't even care about their boyfriends anymore, because like they've been treating them like crap for so long. It's like, girl, I don't even want to manifest that dude anymore. I don't care. Bye. Good riddance, right? So you're seeing right now the rise in divine femininity. And as much as it's a beautiful thing, it's also terrifying for a lot of divine masculines, because now they have to step up and they have to be like, what can I offer them? How can I offer them? What are my traumas? How come I'm afraid of giving? How come I'm afraid of love? And so you're seeing the patriarchy crumble. And in the same breath, you're seeing the divine masculines not crumble with it, but almost crumble with it. But then they're going to rise up, and the true divine masculine will rise up. The true king in the north, honey. The true king will be the one that always stands at the end and says, yeah, no, fuck the patriarchy, fuck my ego. I don't stand for that shit. I know who I am. I know I'm a giver. I know I'm a receiver. I know I'm a lover. I know exactly who I am. I'm a god. And that is what you're about to see, because the divine feminine Christ really, truly goes first. I feel so strongly that the divine feminines, and again, it doesn't have to be just women. Everybody has divine feminine in them, right? All of us. That divine femininity is really, truly raising on the planet. And when you see that, that's when the distorted karmic feminine falls and crumbles and looks absolutely ridiculous. She looks like a train wreck, honey. It's all that anger, that aggression, the inability to self-regulate, self-soothe, bite your tongue and hold back anger and frustration, stuff like that. You're about to see a lot of these mean girls become bullies, but get outed for it. Like, get really, really put in their place, reprimanded and judged by an entire group of people, judged by righteousness. You're going to see righteous judgment on the planet taking place soon. And because we are gods, we are all gods. We are the one judging these people, not some guy in the sky, us. It is through our eyes that these people get judged righteously, right? So what you're going to see is the distorted karmic feminine pretty much out themselves, make themselves out to be the target now, because they are just so immature and it's vile. And a whole group of people are going to witness this. And this is what I've been noticing, is a collective of people are noticing like, whoa, you're the problem. Like, that's nasty. And the contrast between the divine feminine and the distorted feminine, it's going to be so obvious. It's going to be so obvious for anybody with eyes to see and ears to hear. You're going to see it. You're going to see how distorted the karmic feminine energy is and what it's being replaced with. So it's being replaced with divine feminine, which is so beautiful. But again, it's going to really cause a lot of these divine masculines to start asking themselves, how can I give back? How can I have this union? How can this union, the thing that I want more than life itself, how can this happen? What do I need to fix in order to be giving to the divine feminine, because the goddess within us requires that, requires to be given to. Equal give and take. In a partnership, it's equal energy exchange, right? So the masculine energy right now is kind of going through this like little bit of a shakeup. And so if you're noticing that your person pulls away, if you're noticing no more phone calls, if you're noticing them say things like, leave me alone, I don't want you, I've never wanted you before, I've never wanted you, which is so stupid and so dumb. But if you've ever heard that, like, hey, join the club. I've heard that so many times, it's insane. Anyway, when you see that, just understand that it's a self-correction by the divine masculine and their higher self in asking, why have I allowed myself to invest solely in the distorted patriarchy when my divine feminine needed me this whole time? And the real answer is so simple. Your divine feminine was not ready for you yet. The feminine energy was not ready to be receiving yet. So it wasn't your fault. And if you really, ladies and gentlemen, if you think of yourself as the divine feminine in a twin flame union, here's the biggest gift that you could give your man or woman, the masculine. Give them that reassurance that it is not their fault that they do not have a lot to offer you right now. Like that, they do have a lot to offer you, but there is that feeling of, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I'm not holy enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not sexy enough. I haven't done this yet. It's because the patriarchy is just now starting to crumble. And when it comes to like the spiritual new age, or the spirit, not new age like woo woo, but I mean like this new age of Aquarius we're in, they maybe don't understand how powerful their energy is and how much of a currency it really is. And so they think that they don't have much to offer when really they have everything to offer. And in their little pinky finger, they have more to offer you than any distorted masculine you've ever been with. Okay. But so give them a little bit of time to understand that maybe they have to like relearn how to love. They have to relearn how to give to you because you've never required receiving. You did not know yet, collective. You did not know yet, world, how to receive from anything or anyone besides the divine. So now it's all of a sudden being represented in your 3D physical matrix as friends, clients, a new soul family, your divine counterpart, pets, all this love flooding your system, all this love flooding as the 10 of Cups in tarot, and this promised land of new love. And sometimes these masculines do not know how to handle it, and it's okay. Let them understand that everything they have, even in their pinky finger, is more than enough. Let them go learn that. They have to know thyself. They have to know themselves. And when they know that they have more than enough to offer you, they'll be back. Or not, you'll be moved on. It doesn't matter. Either way, you will be having your divine counterpart. Either way, your true divine masculine is on the way, period. It doesn't matter what avatar they use. It doesn't matter how they show up in the physical flesh. Your divine counterpart will be here, period. Because you say so. And because you are now receiving from the divine, and the divine wants to bless you with that. Why? Because you breathe oxygen. Because you have blood in your veins. That's it. That's literally the only prerequisite for your divine union. You breathe oxygen. Okay? That's literally it. You exist, you take up space on this planet. That's why you're allowed divine love. So right now, I think you're seeing a lot of this shakeup that's happening in these twin flame unions. And I'm just here to tell you, it's okay. It's normal. It's par for the course. It's because your divine masculine has to now give something that is not found in the patriarchy. Love, creativity, passion, optimism, imagination, all these things that cannot be found in the only structure we've ever known as society. Your masculine might not know yet how to give based on spirit, not based on the 3D construct of, greed, money, that's not how a divine feminine wants to be loved. A divine feminine does not need money to be loved. Like, fuck your gold, fuck your money, fuck your Maserati, fuck you, right? You want to be loved in the way that only a divine masculine can love you. Money will come next. Maseratis will come next. The home will come next. All that shit will be added unto you, right? Because those who seek first the kingdom of God, all else will be added unto you, right? So Right now, you're realizing your divine masculine is just struggling a little bit with that ability to give themselves permission to be enough. To say, like, I am enough. I already am enough. Even if they have $2 to their name, even if they don't own a home, even if they don't have a car, even if they don't have a degree, even if they don't have this, I am enough. I am enough. And God will provide more. And of course, that is how it is. Guys, you are literally that person's gift. You are the one that if they love and you love them, God will work such miracles in your life together. Like, that man or woman will be a millionaire. They will heal all ailments. They will be able to buy a house and a car and take care of you and have beautiful children. The way that God, the divine within yourself, the imagination, that God is able to bring that partner a whole bunch of resources to bless you. Tons and tons and tons of resources, healing modalities, financial abundance, physical provisions like a house, security cameras, security alarms, like the protection and the provisions from a divine masculine is so fucking sexy, and it's gorgeous, and it's given to you by the Most High God, which is yourself. You are now able to bless that masculine by allowing them to stay in your environment, in your energy, in your bubble as your divine counterpart, and stay in that alignment, because that person will be so abundant to provide for you constantly, because it's a never-ending frequency of abundance. Always receiving, always receiving. Could you imagine that, guys? Like, never losing anything. Always just gaining more, more, more. It's like the universe is a yes man, and just hearing the universe all the time say yes, 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 yes. You want that? Yes, 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 all the time. Never being told no again by your own matrix. That God, the living God that is you, the Most High God that is you, always saying yes to you and your desires. If you wake up with a desire one day and it's that your man wins the lottery, guess the fuck what? Your man's gonna win the goddamn lottery, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. These masculines have to know that they're already enough. Every other provision that needs to be handed to them will come from the Most High God by choosing love, by choosing you, by choosing themselves, by choosing union. And for the first time ever, you're seeing the divine feminine stand on principle and stand up for the union and saying, no, I will receive. You will be the first to apologize. You will be giving more to me. Same with clientele. You will be paying for my services. I'm behind a paywall. You will be contributing back to me in some way. Same with a boss. You go in and you say, you will be giving me a promotion. Of course you will. I deserve it. Or I'm going somewhere else. This is the rise of the divine feminine Christ. And when she rises up, or he, it's in all of us. When that rises up, that's when the distortion of the patriarchy crumbles. Okay? So you're witnessing right now that very thing happening. And a lot of these divine masculines are questioning their worth and their ability to give to you and provide for you. And they already have that ability, that capability. Even if they have $2 to their name right now, guys, and you're like, a lot of people, if you've ever watched somebody's like love story and they've been together years, sometimes like you'll see a famous boxer or a famous artist in some way be like, yeah, that was my ride or die. Like, I met him or her when I had like $3 to my name. I met them when they were in like tattered clothes and like homeless and stuff. And that is my ride or die. And we got all the way here for that. That's exactly the kind of thing that God is going to do for these twin flames. You don't have much right now in the physical, but that's okay. That's because the patriarchy was paying your bills until now, not God. You didn't allow your divine feminine to receive yet from the Most High source. So it's okay. That might be why you're like limited in funds, or maybe you don't have your own home or whatever, but that's okay. You're still going to choose love. And in doing so, you are rewarded constantly. By whom? By yourself. God, you are rewarding thyself. Going into your imagination and seeing your person get that new job or have the funds to buy you a house and raise a family together. You are blessing yourself as God. No one can ever tell you no as your God. No one can ever tell you no anymore. Everybody only tells you yes all the time, all the time. including whatever situation is going on in the 3D. Even being told, no, I don't want you, I've hated you forever, you're ugly, don't ever look at me or call me again, leave me the fuck alone. That does not matter. You are God, not that 3D version of that person. You are God, and you are allowed to say, nope, we're together, period, that's it. You go ahead and you have your little thing, your little temper tantrum, I'll be over here being amazing, and then you just call me. You are allowed to be that now. The divine feminine Christ that is you is able to receive all of these desires from your higher self and act on them consistently. You wake up one day, have a new desire, you want a pickle sandwich, boom, there it is, you get it. You have a new desire, you want to work for Forbes, okay, boom, there it is. You want to work at NASA, boom, there it is. Whatever desire you have by your higher self today, it is your responsibility. It is literally your job description and your life purpose to accept the desires placed on your heart by the Most High God, which is you. Your higher self knows who the fuck you are. Your higher self knows the best version of you, the one that is most fulfilled, which means that all you have to do is agree and say, yes, I want that. Thank you. Yes, I want this problem remedied. Yes, I want that man. Yes, I want this woman. Yes, I want that job. It's all about you. And you are the only one now, divine feminine Christ, the only one that can say, no, I don't deserve that, or yes, I do deserve that. You are it. You're the only one. Once the divine feminine starts receiving, that's when the divine masculine starts to get to thinking. Because until now, they've been raised in a patriarchal society, as we all have. And now they have to break away from that and be like, well, if I can't offer something from the patriarchy, because the patriarchy hates the divine masculine like nobody's business. They hate everything that the divine masculine stands for. Okay. So if I can't, if the masculine is like, if I can't provide something from that system, what new system can I pull from? God. The only system that should exist. So the only system that is soon about to exist is the spirit, is the abundance of the new age, the new world, the new Jerusalem that you're bringing in, your vortex, your personal nirvana, right? That is where the masculine is able to draw from. But they have to start to learn this first. They have to realize this first. So if it looks like a little bit of a hiccup, a little bit of a breakup, a little bit of like, oh, well, he doesn't call me anymore, Jenna. I get that. Let that go. Pull your energy back, give it to yourself, and know that you are a goddess, and they are lucky to even have access to look at you with their eyeballs. You understand? Once that self-concept takes root, there is never going to be another instance where that person has power or control over your happiness, and you will sustain your own happiness 24/7. You won't be thrown by these waves anymore. You won't be thrown by like, oh, but so-and-so said this, and there's this gossip column about me, and like, but I lost my job, and then like this person stole my money, and then that you won't have those ups and downs because you'll be consistently in the energy of having peace. What happens when you manifest from a state of peace? Eventually you get just peace. So if you can just stop with the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride of it all, and just be like, yeah, okay, so that guy broke up with me, and I'm still happy. Okay. Yeah, I lost my job, and I'm still happy. Could you imagine having that level of self-discipline in the realm of peace, right? That you never again take the bait of the 3D physical world. It will never have control over you again. Even if you cry, even if you get emotional, still knowing I always get my shit. I'm the best manifester that's ever existed. I'm a master manifester, period. I always get my shit. Could you imagine that? You will never be thrown against the rocks again. Those waves will not consume you anymore. They won't throw you under. It'll just be like, thank you, God, for solving this problem. Thank you so much, universe, for always giving me the best. Thank you so much, because I'm worth the best. And that's exactly what you're showing me right now, is that I'm about to have better. I'm about to have bigger. I'm about to have the best. That is true self-sovereignty. That is why the patriarchy can no longer sustain itself. It is crumbling because too many people are taking back their power, and they're staying in the energy of peace despite it. Despite the crazy, chaotic CNN news outlets and all these things going crazy and berserk and stuff. And like you're still able to keep your peace Even when you're scrolling and you're just like, next, 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 not my reality, not my reality. Yeah, fucking right. That's a joke. Like, even if you read news articles now, it's just a selection. It's just one of infinite numbers of selections that you can be choosing from when you scroll on your feed. It's just like, okay, that's, wow. Crazy story. Who made that up? Crazy story, crazy story. They're all selections. You're allowed to choose. You're allowed to choose whichever one you believe to be true and not to be true. People say it's delusional. I say it's strategic. I say it's the most genius thing you can fucking do. You're already believing what somebody tells you to believe. You might as well give that power back to yourself and say, that's your reality. This is mine. That's your belief. My belief is this. Same when you're scrolling, like just next. No, not my reality. Not my oh, I like that story. That one's in my reality. Prices going down, everybody getting raises and stimulus checks, and people finding money outside on the ground on the sidewalk. It's like, how'd you find that? Because it's your matrix, because it's your own fucking world. That's my story. Heart that, double tap like that. You know, that is how you build your new algorithm. That is how you build your new matrix. God, I look adorable today. I really did not even notice my butt. My nose is as cute as a button. Have you ever noticed my adorable face? Oh my God. Guys, I haven't been live doing this in a while, and I just, look at me. Girl, I haven't plugged my eye. Look at that. I haven't plugged my eyebrows, and I'm too embarrassed to tell you, but Jesus, look. Oh my God. Look at my little cute dumpling nose. Listen, you know, I used to get made fun of this nose. My ex-husband used to, oh my God. He made fun of my nose so bad. I can't even believe, look. Now I look at it, I'm like, that is the most adorable little nose I've ever seen. Tell me that is not the cutest thing. I could not. Anyway, my ex-husband, yeah, he used to like make fun of my nose, and so I had to go completely revise it. I had to change a cursed nose to a blessed nose, and look how adorable. Come on. That's adorbs. Also to my, look at that, look, hey, just look at my eyebrows for a second. Guys, don't, okay, maybe don't look, but just do. Oh God, don't. But it's very much like balance with masculinity and femininity too. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with my face. I have a lot of Libra in my chart, and so there's this balance of feminine and masculine traits in my face, and I've noticed this. But yeah, look at this cute little adorable little button nose. Believe it. It's so fucking cute. But yeah, I've been shifting timelines a lot. I've been in the last couple months, I've been shifting timelines really quickly. But I would say at least the last like couple days, I have just, even from dreams, I'm able to manifest from dreams. I'm able to open like what feels like portals in dreams and like go through them. Crazy. I wake up in a totally different timeline, girl. I'm shifting so fast. And it's because I'm in twin flame union. I really do think that has a lot to do with it. It's the most beautiful thing ever. And I really do want to thank my twin, the most amazing man on the planet, honestly. He might have some anger issues right now, but he'll deal with it. It's fine. It's whatever. Or I'll move on. It's okay. Because if anger is what's going to take us under, then I'm not going to let anger take us under. I'm going to go manifest my true divine counterpart. And so one thing I'm noticing right now is, how being in love is shifting me so quickly. Like, it's healing ailments. It's making me feel prettier about myself. I'm bringing in more of my manifestations that have been blocked for so long. And it's being in love is truly a high. It's pure ecstasy. It feels like a drug, for real. It's like the best drug I've ever had. Being in love is where it's at, baby. And it's helping me shift timelines very quickly and get things that have been blocked for so long, dude. I've had so many blockages up till now when it comes to my manifestations, and they're all coming in now. And it feels like the way that the universe is shifting my matrix, like the way that the matrix is proving me right. This is the coolest experience of my life. Guys, when the matrix starts actually proving you right, when you speak so boldly and you exaggerate shit just to see what will happen in your 3D matrix, and that shit starts actually working. in your favor, in your benefit this time. Like just joking and being like, I'm a trillionaire. I have so much money. It's so amazing to have this much money. And just talking like that, like it's just a normal conversation. I'm telling you, when the matrix works in your favor, there is no stopping it. It was you building it. It was you imagining it. It was you affirming for it. No one can stop it. You are the beginning and the end. You are the only God that exists. You're it. You are the creative force behind your manifestation. You are the operant power. That's it. I don't give a fuck what anybody else tells you. I don't give a flying fuck what other people tell you. You are God. That's it. There is no one else making the rules in your reality but yourself. Let those other people that want to go tell you that this dude's God and that dude in this Bible is God and this book is God, and then you let them go do that in their own timeline. You stay very much centered in your own reality, and you say things like, I am God, I make the rules. I'm the operant power. I'm the only one that exists in this reality that makes rules. And firmly stick with that and say, oh my God, it is so easy for me to manifest. Literally everything in my life is so easy. I always get what I want. Everything always works for me. I'm always safe. I'm always provided for. I'm always taken care of. I'm always admired. I'm always chosen. I'm always pursued. Start speaking like that and force your 3D reality, force your matrix to prove it to you. It has no choice, baby. It has no choice. Life or death are in the tongue. It's all up to you. What one do you feed? What one are you speaking? That's it. So just even if you have to feel like you're exaggerating, that's okay. So what? Exaggerate, because what's the alternative? Like I said, my ex-husband used to make fun of my nose, and look how cute, that's an adorable little thing. Look at that. Look at that cute little button nose. Come on. Like back in the day, I had to lie to myself. Like he would tell me it's the ugliest nose ever, right? And then I'd have to be like, it's okay. I love it. I love me. It's okay. It's fine. He would always say like it doesn't fit my face or something. And I would just have to go in and I have to love it. And I have to be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. You are beautiful. You are. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. And at first it felt like faking it till I make it. But now I'm like, God damn, if that nose isn't the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I swear to God, I'm in love with my nose. I swear to you. I couldn't even imagine a cuter nose. I couldn't even have paid for plastic surgery for a better nose. And cause it's a blessing. Cause you are the blessing. When other people curse you, they throw projections onto you. You're the one that says yay or nay. You're the one that has to say, nah, bitch, I raise you with an adorable button nose. You're the one that has to say, no, thank you. I block that shit. This is what I want instead. Amazing, adorable, perfect, literally perfect. Literally everything about me is perfect. You have to get to that level, guys, to win this game and to have peace on earth. You have got to have that level of unfuckwitableness. No one can fuck with you, girl. No one. No one and their projections, no one and their diagnosis, no one and their anything. You are God. You're the one that determines if it's valid or not. You see, you are the validation. Your 3D matrix is not the validation. That is simply the reflection. You see, your true validation is what is within. So anyway, for the longest time, I had to fake it till I make it about my nose. He had cursed me so much that it actually felt icky and like a lie. It felt like a lie to tell myself that my nose was beautiful when my ex-husband was saying it was ugly. Now, as I'm shifting timelines and I'm getting into my higher timeline, I'm like, God damn, that's normal. Boop, boop. It is so fucking cute. What is not to love about these nostrils and this little, what is this the cutest thing you've ever seen? To wake up in your new reality and see that you have won. You have overcome the world, just like Jesus said. He said, he has overcome the world, so have I. Overcome the 3D physical world. Overcome the projections. Overcome the fucking trollish comments. Girl, I would get thousands of hate comments every single day on my channel doing live streams like this. Overcome that shit. Overcome the world. Yeah, be in the world, not of it. You're about to realize that you are not of this world because you've already transcended above it. It's just projections. Let them go. You make the rules now. You are the one that rewrites these spells. You set new intentions. You set new motives, okay? No one gets to determine that shit for you, baby, unless you want them to. For me, it used to be that while I was with my ex-husband, that was the going rate. That was the cost. Sure, I can have a nice, cushy life, 6-figure job. I'm a stay-at-home wife. Sure, he's a very powerful man. A lot of people look up to us. You know, the white picket fence kind of life. All these like fancy things, all the vacations I wanted to go on, whatever. But the cost for that is that man is going to be demeaning and cruel and hate on my body. So that was the cost. And so because that was the cost, I said, fuck you. I'm going to go love my cute button nose. And I'm going to go learn how much God loves me. God loves me and can provide a hell of a lot more than that man ever did. So when at first you're clearing a curse, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. When at first you're clearing a curse, start with affirmations like, I'm so cute, I'm so amazing, I'm so beautiful, even if it feels like lying, it will at first. It'll feel kind of icky. It will feel like you're lying at first, okay? You won't even be able to maybe visualize your new nose or your bank account growing, but you just start with the affirmations. You just start with, it's okay, I love you and I love my nose. I love how amazing it is. I love how beautiful I am. I love it, I love it, I love it. And before you know it, your matrix will have no choice but to represent and reflect for you that change. There is no stopping it. You're God. You're the only God. You're the only God in your reality. No one can stop it. Literally no one. Literally no one except you. So keep going with it, guys. I know I am. I'm getting everything I fucking want. My manifestations are coming in like hot. Real fast, Teddy. Real fast. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block you for being a fucking creeper. And you could just go somewhere. My feet are my feet, and they're for me and my feet pleasure. They're for me to put in my shoes and paint my toenails and do whatever I want with my own feet. But thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. I love it. I love that you love feet. Super cute. What I don't love is that you love my feet and think that you're going to get to talk to me, the goddess, about my feet when you didn't pay for that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you with all my heart. I will do a live stream later because I fucking damn well please. Have a good one. I love you.